What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to learn how to draw Gohan Super Saiyan 2. Okay, so today we are going to draw Gohan Super Saiyan 2. Before we start, if you will check the description box, you can see all the materials I'm using for this tutorial along with Amazon product links. Okay, so this is gonna be a frontal pose. I'm gonna start by drawing a perfect square. Each side is 5 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. Just make sure to use a suitable paper size. We are going to start by drawing the wrinkles between the eyes. Then we'll pull 2 curves to create the eyebrow. As you can see, it gets thicker towards the edge. I'm gonna add some random lines right next to it. A curve for the bump above the eye, and then to draw the eye we are simply going to use 3 lines, 2 diagonals and 1 curve. Just like that. Add the pupil at the center, slightly to the left, and then we'll draw the cheek marks. Awesome, now we are going to do the same process for the left side. If you want, you can use a ruler in order to keep the right proportions. And once we are done, we can draw the nose. So to create the nose, I'm gonna use 4 lines. For this drawing, the light source will come from the left side. That means that the shaded areas will be on the right. Next, we'll draw his mouth simply by drawing an M, the letter M. We'll indicate the bottom lip, and then we can start drawing the shape of his face. We'll draw his hairline just like that. And now we can draw the ears. So first I'm gonna start by drawing the shape of the ear, and then I'm gonna add all the details. Now you can also use the ruler here in order to keep the right proportions of the ears. And once we are done, we can focus on the hair. So first I'm gonna start by drawing is 1 spike on the front. I'm gonna do that by drawing 5 lines. Then I'm gonna add some details. And now we can draw the rest of the hair. But first I'm gonna draw 2 curves to create the neck. Then I'm gonna draw 2 spikes on each side. Now I'm gonna use this guideline, and I'll do that in order to keep the right proportions, and once it's done I can add the rest of the spikes. And just like before, I'm gonna add some lines from side to side in the direction of the shape. Awesome, so once we are done, we can focus on the torso. I'm gonna start by drawing the trapeze muscles, just by drawing two curves. Next, I'm gonna draw the neck muscles and the trachea. The next step is drawing the chest muscles and his bottom shirt. Now we are going to draw the shirt on top. And then I'm going to use this guideline to create the shape of the torso. And now we are going to focus on the left side and add the details. So I'm going to add the details for the shirt, the creases. Next I'm going to draw the sleeve of the shirt underneath. And now we'll move on to draw the shoulder muscles, the bicep, and the tricep. Awesome, so we are going to do the same process for his left side. Then I'm gonna add some more creases for the shirt. And I'll take a photo for Instagram. Awesome, so we are done with the sketching part and now we can move on to the inking process. So for the inking process, I'm mainly using 0.1 for the body and 0.05 for the hair and the face. By 0.1 I mean the size of the inking pen tip. Now for the inking process, what you want to do is hold the pen with a firm grip, rotate the page so you can have your natural hand movement, just go all over the line very precisely, and once you do that again and again you'll get better at inking, so don't worry if you don't make it the first time. Awesome, once we are done we can get rid of all the lead. For that I'm gonna use the charcoal eraser, the notorious charcoal eraser. However, if you don't have a charcoal eraser you can use any eraser you got in the house. Next I'm gonna use the eraser stick for those stubborn areas, and make sure to clean it very well, because if you don't you might smear it later on once we'll use the Copic markers. Awesome, so once it's clean we can start to use the Copic markers. However, if you don't have any Copic markers you can use color pencils instead. So Copics are alcohol based markers, which means they can blend very well. If you'll check your top left of the screen you can see the exact number of Copic I'll be using. I'm gonna start with the skin tones. For that I'm gonna use 3 different tones. We'll start with the brighter one and just fill all this area with fast brush strokes in the direction of the shape. As you can see I'm leaving a tiny blank area on his bicep just to get a nice highlight. Next I'm gonna use the mid-tone and we'll add the shaded areas. After that we'll use the darkest tone and then we'll do some blending. So I'm gonna use the mid-tone to blend the mid-tone and the darkest tone. And I'll use the brightest tone to blend the brightest tone with the mid-tone. Now occasionally I'm gonna use any other tone in order to get more saturation, more contrast, and I'll just add more layers. Awesome, so this is the result we are going after. Now we are going to color the shirt underneath with the same process, starting with the brightest tone, filling all the area, then moving on to the mid-tone, After that, I'm gonna do some blending. I'm gonna add the darkest tone and then do some blending again with the mid-tone. So as you can see, I'm kinda mixing it up a little bit, just go by the flow. Next, we are going to color the shirt on top, and I want you to pay attention and see that I color in the direction of the creases, okay? That's important because that way you'll get that nice 3D effect, okay? You don't want the drawing to look flat. Next, we'll use the mid-tone. You can use either YR07 or YR09. My YR07 number is running out, so I'm gonna use the YR09. I'm gonna do some blending and then add the darkest tone. And I'll use the mid-tone to add more contrast, just by adding more layers. Okay, so we are going to do the exact same process for the shirt underneath and for the skin tones. Okay, now just like I said before, as you can see, I'm leaving some blank areas to get those highlights. Now, in order to create a smooth transition between the blank areas and the brightest tone, I'm gonna use the colorless blender. I'm just gonna color on top of the blank area, and that will create a nice smooth transition. Awesome, once we are done with the torso, we can focus on the face. So again, I'm gonna take E00 and I'm just gonna fill all the areas, although I will leave some blank areas again on the bumps above the eyes and on his cheeks. Next, we'll use the mid-tone, coloring all the shaded areas. And if you don't get a solid look, what you want to do is just add more layers with the same tone. Next, I'm gonna use the darkest tone with a minimum use, like right below the wrinkles between the eyes, in the area between the eyes and the eyebrow, right below the bottom lip, and on the shade it gets from the nose. We'll blend the colors. Awesome, and now we're going to color the eyes. So I'm gonna use a blue-green tone for that. And as you can see, I'm leaving a blank area on the left side of each eye. Then I'm gonna use the colorless blender to create that smooth transition I explained earlier. Awesome, and next we're going to color the hair. So for that, again, I'm gonna use 3 different tones. We'll start with the mid-tone, coloring the eyebrows. And now I'm gonna demonstrate how to color one spike of hair. First, I'm gonna start with Y00, the brightest tone. Then we'll use the mid-tone. And finally, the darkest tone with a minimum use. And of course, blending all the colors. Awesome, so this is what we are going after, and I'm going to do the same process for the rest of the spikes. I'm gonna do some adjustments to the hairline, and what you want to do now is lower the volume a bit. And we are done! Everybody, this is how you draw Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. As you can see, I drew him with Goku's gi just because we didn't get to see him Super Saiyan 2 with the gi. I'm really happy with the final result. Please let me know how you did in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I upload new videos every weekend, and make sure to click the thumbs up button to support my channel. That's it. Thank you for watching. Keep being awesome, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!